Hey there, Peter. How you doing? Yeah, I thought I pressed the go live button, but I didn't apparently. So that's part of the problem there. Is that I didn't press the go live button apparently. Can you see and hear me okay now? I'm reading you fine and clear. Yeah. So basically, since I've just been jabbering away without it be actually going live, I thought I pressed the button, but I didn't, or I did, but it didn't take or something like that. Peter asked me what brew I'm drinking today. He's drinking a Voodoo Ranger American Haze. According to him. Yeah, thank you. He says I can see and hear me fine now. Or he can see me hear me fine. Yeah. You can press the button. Yeah, no, I went and pressed the button, but it for some reason didn't take. So should have stayed there and watched it and started making sure it was going before I did anything, I guess. Anyway, we're in cooking now, and we're on all that good stuff. Yeah, so whereas Peter wanted me to know what brew I'm drinking Sumatran coffee today, right here, in my most awesome dad cup. Pretty good, delicious coffee. Yeah, as I was saying before, but you couldn't hear me because it wasn't on yet. By drinking alcohol, I'm sleepier than I normally is. You said, wake up, Rick. Well, I can't drink alcohol and wake up very well, so. Yeah. Well, I have left the university to be fixed. Oh, well, hopefully get fixed. Good. Yeah. That's fine because I'm not going to do Zoom. I'm waiting for my new computer to come in. I have the CPU power to do Zoom and stuff more. And it's supposed to be here Friday. It's one of the things I want to talk about. Once I get this Atlantis thing or this Atlantis orbit and release in orbit, get it started in orbit in my computer here. Yeah, so we have this Atlantis release in orbit. Okay, get a right screen, then I can do it. And they say a vibrant and friendly community, the beating heart of the distro to guide you through your journey. Beating heart. Powerful and flexible base. And it's a discovery. EndeavourOS knowledge base, place where you can find our wiki articles and video tutorials. Here is your guideline during your exploration, building your unique and personal system. Pretty good. And you got yeah, so Endeavor is kind of play on words, I guess, or has double meaning there, in that it's in your journey into Linux, as well as it's a spaceship. So I have spaceships all over the place in this thing. So yeah, you might want to if you like to roll up your sleeves and go on an adventure, then you might want to give us a try. EndeavourOS is an expressway to predefined destination in computing. It's all about the journey towards your own destination. On top of that, meeting new and friendly faces during that exploration. So anyway, yeah, this community, all that good stuff they have there. And testing laptop partition. Yes, with 2 desktop environments. I chose to install. Bungie, I know that's Budgie, but Budgie. I know that's one of them. And I'm not sure what the other one was. I think I heard you mention it on BLD chat, BDL chat, but I don't remember exactly which one you mentioned there. Budgie and something else, but anyway. Yeah. You guess which two I installed on my virtual machine here. And I'm going to I might install something different the next time. It's pretty nice, actually. I liked it. But anyway, it's got all this stuff here. You can read on about it. Mirror partners, blah, 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 blah. Our flavors. Yeah, they got XFCE, Mate, Cinnamon Gnome, Budgie, Plasma, LXQT, excuse me, i3 Double Window Manager, Soy Window Manager, BSP Window Manager. And that's it they have listed here. Well, actually, a few others. i3 and another. Yes, Bungie and XFC and i3 and another. Yeah, I installed i3 actually. I want to check it out and see what it was like there. Fortunately, I didn't have a master stack on it, but we'll get in that in a minute. So anyway, and I installed Plasma. Is the other one I installed. Is check out Plasma on it. It's pretty nice. And I might install this time when I'm doing it on for the show. I might install cinnamon and maybe BSPWM or Sway. See what Sway's like. What do you think I installed? Well, I just said what I installed, so you don't have to guess now, I guess. So, yeah. We'll figure it out when we get there, I guess. What I'm going to install, I don't know. But I installed it on a virtual machine and I deleted it, so I don't have that anymore. Now I'm going to reinstall it fresh on the show. So there you go. I tried to install in Virtual Manager, Vert Manager. I don't know whether that had a problem or something. Hi Eric, how you doing today? Yeah, it's a very good Arch distro, I think. Some people have problems with it, but I didn't have any problems with it. I liked it a lot. Every time I've installed it, I've liked it pretty much. So I've reviewed it on a previous video back in the day. I don't remember what version it was, but I reviewed it, and I think I put in a and I know I've installed a time or two on other machines on around the here. It's never been my daily driver though. I never had it as a daily driver. Because I haven't really had any Arch-based distro very long as daily driver. So, yeah, I'm usually use Debian versions of stuff mostly. Well, I may change this next time when I talk about my my other computer. Anyway, let's get over here and do this. We're going to start in gnome boxes. Like I said, I couldn't really get this work in Vert Manager for some reason. I'm not sure why. Had some issues with it, but anyway. It worked fine when I tested it in this machine later on. We're going to go ahead and do BIOS. Now, if you have an NVIDIA card, you can install NVIDIA by clicking down here. So that's nice. Choice. I don't have a NVIDIA card on this, so I'm not going to install one. A lot easier that way. So it's checking all the stuff. It's going to boot up here. Yeah, I kind of like their default theming a lot better than Fedora's. At least on Fedora's on the KDE and GNOME. I don't know. I think the GNOME uses that weird like waves of stuff going over that. Yeah. So I thought I'd kind of BDL, Big Daddy Linux is going to have a EndeavourOS as their featured Arch distro. So I thought it'd be a good way to get into that by prepping for it ahead of time a little bit. Everybody that wants to join me, you're welcome to do so. I might just keep doing that depending on how it goes. Alright, we're getting up here. Okay. Now my screen size a little bit different. Now, one of the things I like about this has this install thing. You can start as installer. Actually, you can start it right because I think they do where they, excuse me, coffee's gotten to me, I guess, or something. Yeah, I'm going to start the installer, but at any rate, they have this nice series of scripts, I guess there are, here to run everything. Now, you don't have to update the mirror. Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You don't have to update the mirrors right now. So I think it does it during the middle of the beginning of the install process, so automatically, so that's nice. But I do need to change my display resolution so it looks nicer. And I can go down here to, where am I? Right there. Set and quit. Boink, boink, doink, doink, doink. There I am. I'll just, there you go. There's a nice look at the whole desktop. I'll start the installer and we'll let her rip. Now here's your choice. You have offline, which installs XFCE desktop automatically. And you have your online, which gives you options of various desktops and window managers you want to install. That's how you get all those other ones that you saw on there. So I'm going to install online, plus it automatically updates everything in the process. That's easy step in it, easy call. Now what's interesting is this is considered a terminal-centric OS. And one of the interesting things about this is, even though it's terminal-centric and you use a lot of terminals, which you see up there in the right corner, left corner that is, yeah, it's like you don't have to really worry about it too much. I mean, you think most new, I think it's one of this and Arch Linux. This might be even better than Arch Linux in regards to new users, just simply because it guides you the whole way. Even though it's a lot of terminal stuff, you just click and it does it for you basically. That's what's so nice about it, I think. So anyway, we're here. Welcome, American English. Yep, that's what I am. American English. And in the United States, yep, it's got Denver, Mountain Time Zone, and yep, that's correct. So it detected where I was. And US default, yep, that's right. And I'm going to erase this. Now, I did do manual partitioning one time when I was trying to install a Vert Manager, see that make a difference. Didn't. I don't know why, but it did make a difference. I'm going to swap the file since I don't have a lot of extra thing. It's going to be, I wonder what choices are here. ButterFS. Just try ButterFS, see how that operates. Okay, so we got that. Next. Yeah, you might have noticed right there at the, I forgot to mention you can encrypt your system by clicking on that thing there. It gives you encryption. Interesting now. Now here's something, you don't unclick this unless you know what you're doing, it says. So I probably say, yeah, I don't know what that installs your base development package and your common packages. Also install a long-term support kernel in addition to the one they put on there. And then you have XFCE4 desktop, your KD desktop, your GNOME desktop, your i3 Window Manager, Monte desktop, Cinnamon desktop, Bungie desktop, LXQT desktop, printing support, which you definitely want that. And I don't have any HP printer, so I don't have to worry about that. And my vision is getting worse, but it's not totally impaired, so I'm not needing accessibility tools so far for me. So we got that, and I think I'm going to check out Cinnamon Desktop on this. See what that's like. And for Window Manager, I think I'm going to go with Sway and see what they've done with that. Don't see Sway on here, do you? No, no. Well, poo-poo. I want to be BSPWM or Sway. Let's see what they got here. Got 3. It's all stuff to go for that. Well, I guess I'll just have to install Sway or BPSM on the fly later on, I guess. We'll go with here anyway. Cinnamon desktop. I can show you that through Window Manager though. It's nice. And we'll go with that. Okay. Not. Got in there. Oh. What you do is always capitalize Endeavor. Oh, great. It's this weird function where it always shoots over the end of the string. Yeah, that's why it was a Choice Community Edition. I guess it's supposed to be able to install it on here, but I'll just have to install it after the fact, I guess. Okay, so we got password. Okay. That's your strong, complicated passwords, DTO as I say. EndeavourOS. Everything looks good to me. We'll go install. Install now, yes, that's why I clicked install. And there she blows. That's about it. If everything goes well on this part, that's it as far as installation goes. Pretty good, actually. Now, it's interesting in that got all this stuff now. I was going to talk about some stuff in the that I got to mention on while this is installing. But one of the things I was going to mention was my framework laptop I'm going to get, which is coming Friday. It's shipped. It's on its way. It's in Nebraska somewhere. Last I found out. And hi, Eris. How you doing? Good to see you again. Yeah. So anyway, Sway is not Sway. My Linux laptop that is coming. My framework laptop that's coming, not Linux. It doesn't have Linux on it yet, but it's going to. Yeah, it's kind of nice because you don't have to put Windows on it, so you get it blank. You install your own operating system on it, which of course I was going to do anyway, so that's a good deal. I don't have to spend money and then totally nullify it by erasing it all like you do on most systems I buy. So save me the dough for putting Windows on it, that kind of thing. And yeah, so it's somewhere in Nebraska last I checked, and maybe it'll be here by Friday, maybe sooner. Depends on how the FedEx truck does if they get it here. I ordered a PCI card for this computer that I've got over here. I'm reading all your comments on. and Amazon delivered it to the wrong address. They said it's on your front door. No, it's not. Not on my front door. And so anyway, I plugged up my old setup in it and I got it cooking, so it's okay now. But anyway, I've got a PCI Wi-Fi card coming for this machine because I had this USB Wi-Fi that I plugged in. The only problem is all my USB ports on this are 2.0 USBs, which of course are run like molasses on 2.0. Although anytime you access the internet, it takes so long for it to get stuff up. So Yeah. Yeah, they are pretty. I like the graphics on EndeavourOS pretty much. And you were able to see that was one thing I'm talking. Now the other thing I'm gonna mention. Oh yeah. Now Big Daddy Linux is gonna have a discussion about EndeavourOS coming Saturday, I think. Now that I'm no longer working on Saturday, I might be able to attend. We'll see how that goes. But anyway, it's one of the reasons I thought I wanted to do this kind of a pre on a pre BDL Big Daddy Linux type thing. So now I gotta install 222 packages. So that's not too bad. Yeah, it doesn't take too long. It takes, I think when I installed KD on it earlier, it seemed like it installed about I want to say it took about 5 to 7 minutes to install the whole thing. Takes a little bit longer than that maybe because it's a online install on this. Hope you all do it to me anymore. You say I watched the last one. Poor Steve. He's usually here for this too. I'm not sure where he's at. Where's Steve? Wonder. Where's Steve? Where's Steve? He probably got involved in something. He's good, I'm sure. Hopefully not attending because he's sick or something like that, or in the doctor or something like that. Anyway, I'm sure he's all right. So, I was gonna say, yeah. So, anyway, with my laptop coming in next week, I might be able to do a Zoom thing on it. Maybe next week. We'll see how it goes. And yeah, Zoom. This week I'm not going to do Zoom. I'm not going to attempt it because I'm waiting for my framework laptop. It's got double the CPU power this computer does here, so it should work better, I think. Keep your fingers crossed. If I get it set up and everything, boy, then we'll see. I had to reset OBS on this computer because for some reason everything reset on it. It's kind of like I was rolling along and all of a sudden I had to re-sign into YouTube, all that kind of stuff, and brought up this and it had minimal stuff on it. It had blank, like a brand new install of OBS on a brand new machine or something. So what happened to all my stuff? So I had to reinstall that. Yeah, Steve Hector, yeah. Yeah, he's pretty busy, I imagine, around this time of year too. Yeah. Yeah, I'm planning on doing a boxing video maybe Monday or Tuesday. I gotta get somebody to hold the camera for me so I can sit there and unbox it and all that kind of stuff. I'm gonna do a boxing video, and I'm gonna first unboxing video I've ever done, but I'm gonna do one of those, and you can watch me put it together and install OS on it and kick it into gear and watch it work or something. Hopefully it works. Keep fingers crossed. Hopefully I put it together correctly. So I'm excited about that. And yeah, so we got that cooking. Something else I was going to talk about while this is installing. What was it? I don't know exactly. I'll think of it in a minute, I'm sure. Nice Sumatran coffee. It's not real earthy Sumatran coffee. It's kind of like, it's got it's got nice flavors, but it's not real earthy type Sumatran coffee. It's not this not the Sumatran thing. It's Maloing or something like that. I can't remember how it's pronounced anyway. Yeah, it's probably one of the most expensive computers I've ever bought, which isn't saying much because most of my computers have been like $400 or $500. This one here I think is like about about $400 and some when I bought it. Maybe 500, I don't remember. Anyway, yeah, my wife isn't too happy about it, but there you go. It's already on its way. So, yeah. But she's kind of understands the need another computer so that I can take this one, put it out in the living room, because that computer died on me. It was like a $200 computer, so I wasn't too surprised when it died on me. Yeah, IKEA laptops, being able to move out and swap parts. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I have this other computer. Let me grab it real quick. I'll show you what I'm talking about. I have this computer here, which this is like my first computer I ever installed Linux on. Back in the day, back in just like over 10 years old. I remember it's Acer. It's a big old honking heavy thing. That's all done, yay. We'll restart now. And we'll see what you got. What cinnamon looks like in this thing. Oh, done. Not next. There it goes. For some reason, whenever it does this, you always have to like click it, because it's going to cook on you. And yeah, there you go. Da, 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 da. Anyway, I'm just going to show you this this back of this. I don't know if you can see it or not. Yeah, probably should. Oh, break the reveal here. Anyway, you got two screws right here. You can pull this off. Right here, you got all your memory and your hard drive access. This is how they used to make computers. This is a battery. You just pop this lock off and you pop this out, and the battery pops out like that. Buy a new one, stick one in. Couldn't be hardly any simpler, huh? That's how I used to build them back in the day. But now this Acer, like I have to like take several screws out, and I have to pry it open carefully and all that kind of stuff to get into it. Okay, we're now ready to go. Let's do this now. Now this is interesting. Watch this. If it does the same thing it does on KDE's version. Check your video. Oh yeah, I forgot. Someone has this video driver issue whenever it uses it saying. Anyway, it has this after install task, which is actually, you don't want to skip this part, because even a non-experienced user can make do with this. Okay, we know you're on software rendering, so just go away. Okay, so anyway, update mirrors. And so you can update your mirrors here. Just go down the whole thing. Oh, before we do that, well, we'll go ahead and kick that into gear. So before we do that, we need to change our display resolution one more time. Yep, updated mirrors number 1. Yeah, next and done, same stage. Done, but I don't know why they present both buttons there. It's usually things like that, the done button or the next button's grayed out or something like that. Okay, so set to mirror list, save to mirror list, and done. Mirrors are updated to American mirrors mostly, I assume. Now we'll go down here and change display resolution. Now, not display manager, that's a different deal than display resolution. Display manager, and for those that don't know, I know most people probably here do, but for those that don't know who might be watching this, display manager. Well, yeah, I think Peter's asking, interesting, you installed i3 and Cinnamon in that selected order, but Cinnamon booted as a default. Yeah, I found out desktops usually boot as defaults on these things. So, even no matter what order you check them off on or whatever. Now, if you add more than one just to the desktop environment you're installing, it'd be interesting to see what would happen with that. Anyway, change display resolutions. And I was going to say the display manager is, for those that don't know, is yeah, it's nice, isn't it? We'll knock out the little part of my awesome window manager that I had this running on. And there you go. Now, the display manager is the thing where you log in to your computer. That's where it gets displayed. So that'd be changing out. If you want a different display manager, you can change it out there if you wanted to. You put whatever display manager you want in there. It'll change it over. So we have a package cleanup configuration, update system. And we'll let this run for a while. Nothing to do though, because we did online install. So we don't know what to do, but that's where you'd update your system. That's the second thing you should do. Yeah. Alphabetical, maybe. Might be an alphabetical selection, he says. Gotta test that out with KDE if Cinnamon came up as default and KDE didn't. There you go. Yeah, if I remember that it had software issues. Right. Package cleanup configuration. Yeah, this is weekly 3 times. That sounds fine, I guess. Just remove whatever cached install packages are there. There you go on that. So now we're down here, configure EOS update notifier. Yeah, it's updates, so it's where you want to go if you want to configure your updates. How frequently it notifies you and all that kind of stuff. So if you find it's bugging you, and you can come back to this and change it there. Now this establishes default EndeavourOS default wallpaper. That's what you see here pretty much. Now if you want to choose one of Endeavor's wallpapers, yeah, you see you only have one selection here, and you also, that's all you have is this one selection default wallpaper. But you might have noticed here, download user or EndeavourOS wallpapers. You do that, downloads a whole bunch of wallpapers for you. Yeah, let's see. Mysteries. Yeah, you probably have to have somebody like dev on here to tell us how it selects those things. So anyway, it's downloading wallpapers and all that good stuff. Yeah, it's like watching paint dry, isn't it? Drip, 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 drip. It's almost done though, I think. I need a wah-wah here. I'm gonna throw it out. Yeah, so it's downloading stuff as we look at it. So anyway, I think what was I going to say? Well, I was talking about when I get my framework, I'm going to do an unboxing video and that kind of thing. And I was also talking about whenever I yeah, I don't know. I'm probably gonna do an unboxing video, then do another installing video where I put it together, that kind of thing. Yeah. Seems to be taking a little longer to download. 77% for a while now. Receiving objects. Yeah. I guess KD with software rendering is taking up some memory and stuff like that, so it's going slower. Doing some there, it's moving files, but yeah, 77%. It's going slower than you'd think. Anyways. So anyway, yeah, all these wallpapers. Yeah, a lot of wallpapers are pretty nice. I'd probably stick a couple of my own in there, but boy. Hi, Sophia. Sophie, excuse me. I have a granddaughter named Sophia. We always call her Sophie and that kind of thing too. So, but she's like about 5 years old or something like that. So she's a lot younger than you are, I'm sure she is. But that's almost like VOY. Now, what do you mean by VOY? Boy, for your information. You have to explain that one to me. I'm a little lost there. 77% still. Well, shows megabytes slowly kicking by. It's kicked down in low mode for some reason. Let's see, our memory's at 4 gigs. And oh, but it might be 4 gig, might be maxing out the virtual machine memory or something there. 4 gig. It's starting a little faster now. Yeah, I need to check on HTOP, see how it's doing on the memory usage. I get a chance. Probably do that right now. Let's see. Thing Neofetch is installed on here by default. And 32 megabytes out of 4 gigs of data. Well, it's not maxed out the memory so far. Memory issue might be CPU issues. That kind of issue. Bathroom mirror is never slow, it works in real time. Bathroom mirror is never slow. So anyway, oh look, moved. One finally copied the file over, apparently. Yeah, well, for whatever reason, it seems to be going really slow. EndeavourOS, though, is pretty nice. Yeah. My mirror is laggy. Yeah, that'd be weird in a way, I think, to have a laggy mirror. Now, someday when we get virtual reality issues going on, you have to look in the mirror in virtual reality, that could be laggy, but I don't know about real mirrors in real time. Well, it just really bogged down there, didn't it? Hate to stop it. We'll go on. We'll we can move on to those things while we're waiting for that thing process. So then you got logs for troubleshooting here. You also have select this welcome tab. And then you also don't show me anymore, help, change log, or software news. So yeah, you got all those options. Now you might have noticed this after install. It's general info. It's one I think website, forums, all that kind of stuff. Donate, about welcome, all that kind of thing. Then you have after install, which pops up. You have assisted, which is update system, update mirrors. So kind of like, oh, I think I accidentally clicked that. Or I did one of the two. Yeah, somebody's. Oh, yeah, I did click it. Cancel our update on mirrors. Thank you very much. And yeah, so you have all these browse ARC packages now. I clicked on this, found out exactly what these were. It basically takes you to a website that and gives you a list of all the packages you can install on Arch and AUR and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, you can check it out now. All it says, if you hover over it, all it says is to install, use Pacman or Yay. Or use Yay for AUR. Yeah. Application categories, all that kind of stuff. So you want to see what we installed on the system out of default. Tips, and add more apps, which we'll look at in a minute. First, we want to look down here in Cinnamon menu. See what we have installed here. Preferences, all your standard Cinnamon preferences, applets, AR, backgrounds, colors. Yeah, basically most of your things you find up here in your System Control Center. And you got your administration. Here's if you want to, after you click don't show me anymore, here's where you can bring up the US. Not that, but apps info and log tool and protector simple. And bring up a lot of those things, these initiate just by going here. Terminal. Update in terminal, so you can go there. So even though they have it as a terminal-centric thing, it's interesting that they have all these scripts or things you can do where it updates to where you can still use it all graphically, and it operates in terminal for you. Using groups. Welcome. There's your welcome thing. If you want to relaunch this, you can just do welcome. And it's got 3 different terminals: UX term, X term, and XFC terminal, as well as you have your terminal up here, which should be GNOME terminal for Cinnamon. Sound video, you have pulse volume control, MPV media player, and celluloid. Yay celluloid, I like celluloid. It's one I use all the time basically. Programming, internet, Firefox. So if you want install email functionality on it, if you don't use your email in a web browser type thing, you install that, or you install whatever you want. Graphics. Yeah, it's actually I think Katie had a little bit more graphics than this, so it's kind of low on the graphics part for Cinnamon. Accessories. Nemo, nitrogen. Yeah. Now we're going to use nitrogen to look at the thing, because it really doesn't have the ability to look at. Let's see where it says that so far. Okay, it's 82%. It's chipping away at it. Oh, speed. Yeah, I always forget that Cinnamon has software engineering issues. Now, this might run a bit slow too, but HTOP usually isn't that up to install. But we will install sudo. There we go. Yes. Yeah, install pretty fast, HTOP. Yeah, it's 775 megabytes out of 4 gigs of data. CPUs all seem to be running okay, I guess. Not sure why it's going so slow. Doesn't strip out of the internet. I don't have anything going on this. Well, we are streaming and all that kind of stuff, so that's probably why it suddenly bogged down compared to when I wasn't streaming. Makes sense. Okay, so yeah, right. Actually, it's interesting because it's, yeah, Eric says dial-up speed rate, and I think maybe it's close to it, but not near as close as it used to be. I think it's like whenever I had good dial speed, it was like about 50 some kilobytes a second or something like that. There's a top dial-up rate speed. Yeah, and they had like somebody said it took them 3 days to download a distro. Yeah, my first distro I ever tried to install. I say tried because I wasn't successful at the time, but first distro was back in 2001, I think, and I got CDs of Debian because I knew it'd take forever to download it on a modem, so I didn't even try to download it on the modem. Yeah. 83%. Woohoo, we're rolling along. Oh, it is running about 550 something kilobytes. It is modem speed, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, what happened? Just disappeared on me. Let's see what we got. Maybe we got something, I don't know. No, nothing there. Just in the default wallpaper's all that's there. Oh, I want to try that again. Apparently it went too slow and it killed out eventually. 56, pretty slow. That's what I get for trying to download and stream at the same time, I guess. So, don't show me anymore. So yeah, I was going to show you the apps it has here. You can install LibreOffice, Chromium. Well, I'm not going to try and attempt that at this rate, but Chrome web browser, firewall, kernel manager, browse all arch and browse all AUR packages. I say it's directs you to a web page. It allows you to browse it on the thing. Yeah, I know. I did a real long download one time. I started one day and it took all the way to about 24 hours, but later it's still cooking away on it. Is it ever going to finish? It did eventually, but it took most of a day or all of a day to do it. I had the phone line for quite a while. I said, no, you can't call anybody. They can't call us. Let alone the modem download. So, yeah, so LibreOffice installs LibreOffice Fresh when see, LibreOffice Fresh is what installs. So I think it didn't have any Office tools in there when we were looking at it. So, matter of fact, I didn't have any Office installed at all, apparently. So that'd be the first ones. Internet, graphics, yeah, accessory. We looked at all that. So there you go with that. So, but it looks real nice, and there's a lot of nice wallpapers on there. Sorry I can't show them to you, but that's how it works. So anyway, yeah, one I like best probably is one that looks like sort of like remind me of black hole issue. One of the black holes. Yeah. Okay, let's check out i3 now. One of the things I wanted to know about i3 though was if it was if it was usable right out of the box. I give it probably a score of 1 to 10, probably about an 8 or 9. Oh, gal. And it worked pretty good. So you're right here, switch it. I guess you have to select this if you want to run sim in a VirtualBox software rendering. Okay, Peter. Peter's going to bed. Have a long day. Bed's knocking you out. So I was listening. Okay, we'll see you later, Peter. Thanks for showing up. And change display resolution again. Oh yeah, this does an interesting thing on this. It pops up a web page of tells you about i3 and how you can make the stop starting this each login. You and I configure your configuration file for i3, which it tells you what that is right there. Your home directory .config i3 config, and tells you what the other things you can do on there. Notebooks, that kind of thing. So it kind of guides you a little bit through some of the issues. So yeah, cool. And we have, yeah, I went through and did it, but at any rate, hold it. Somebody's knocking the door. Might be my PCI 3 card. Somebody's delivering to me. Hold on. Be right back. Came back. PCI card. Yeah, the guys, they dropped in front of his door, dropped it in front of my door, and so I gotta find them. Amazon. It is frequently they drop it off at other people's doors and stuff. They didn't even take a picture like he knew that's what he was doing. So, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. So yeah, we want to get this WA. Yeah, so I think this has the Rofi here. So let's see. Welcome. And there you are. Change display resolution. Yeah, I could do this manually, but I thought it'd be cooler to do it this way. 1080, then quit. Then you want to figure out what to do with that. Well, you have to change the screen, the settings in there. Okay. It has a power button down here where you can log out. And yeah, I probably have to set in the auto config thing to set the screen resolution. So why don't we do that? We got to get into it anyway. That's the fun part about this. The interesting thing, it's pretty usable out of the box if you're at all custom window managers at all. So it works pretty good overall. Nano. And Okay, here's Nano. Haven't done anything to this, but I got a coloring thing. And that's one thing I want to show about this system is their Nano setup. It's interesting. Anyway, we'll get to that in a minute. Don't let me forget. Show that. So anyway, you go down here. You got your workspace. Now you got all these bindings. How to move workspaces, move things to workspaces. All pretty standard. All pretty standard settings, key bindings for stuff. And you can. It's got some you can initiate by uncommenting, that kind of thing. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty accessible. And change focusing, and you can change your focus or move your focus or up, right, left, down, all that kind of stuff. How you split, how you're, now it's got these layouts. It's got stacking, which is just vertical, horizontal stacking. It's got tabbed or toggle split, which you can either do mod S for stacking, mod G for layout tabbed, or mod E for toggle split. Or you can just do mod space for to toggle between the various floating or tiling window manager sections. You can focus parent, and so you got all this stuff. You got video keys, your post audio controls. You got your this is set up by default to automatically. So if you open up Firefox, it's going to go into workspace too. If you open up some of these other things, it's going to go to their workspace. And list down here, right here. Telegram is workspace 5. Thunderbird goes workspace 4. Thunar goes workspace 3. Firefox workspace 2, and XSC terminal to workspace 1. That's what it is. So let's test this out and see how it works. Alright, now I think it sets key binding for open up Firefox. Okay, so see, down here, workspace 2. Back here, workspace 1, workspace 2. Now, if you close this with Q, go back to workspace 1, workspace 2 goes away. Nice, isn't it? So anyway, here's our startup stuff. That's where we need to actually tag in some stuff. I'll just take it right here. Exec. No. Startup ID. X render. 19. Whoops. Yeah, there we go. 1920 by 1080. We gotta put the S in there too, don't we? Dash S. There you go. And reboot, it should expand it to the thing automatically. And we will see what other thing you got here. You got startup, monitor. There are some things in here like you wanted the Conky. You could start up your Conky by taking that out. I don't think we have Conky installed here. I don't think we do anyway. So no sense in putting that on. And nitrogen. So maybe it'll restart. When we restart it, it may reset the wallpaper and make a little more distant when you do the restart of the system. So that's pretty much it, I think. Yeah. All then turns on the line numbers in Nano so you can check it out. How far into this thing we are. Now these are color settings. They have color settings, but they have a whole color thing. You can either uncomment out certain parts of it, or comment, or add your own, or set, or modify one of them, or whatever you want to do with it. It works pretty good. I think we're down the bottom of this thing here. Yep. And there's Ropey menu. Mod T will get your Ropey show window. So Mod T shows the current windows you have open. So you got access terminal. And you can switch your windows that way pretty easy. And Mod D will give you programs. You want to start program, go to Mod D. And so icon, all those kind of things, print settings, nitrogen. So that's how you got there. Save that. I think I don't know if we changed anything, but anyway. Yeah, we did change something, so hopefully it got saved. Didn't see it save anything. We'll see what happened. What did happen? So reboot. And we'll see what happens. Ta-da! We have liftoff. We have full screen. Not to mention all our stuff. We forgot to disable Firefox, but anyway, not a big deal. We'll just kill it. Control Q. Mod Q. That is Mod Q kills Windows and i3, as well as my awesome window manager. So yeah. Got all this information here, I think. I'm not really sure exactly what this is. 13 gigs, I assume it's a disk drive, what's remaining on the disk drive. 13 gigs of space. 6%, that would be your memory. We're using that much memory. 3%. How much memory we're using? What is asking? Let's check it out. See memory. Using 263 megabytes. That's pretty cheap on memory, huh? Yeah. Pretty good, pretty good. So, yeah. And then you got. Now, one thing I noticed is for some reason is that this doesn't really show your up and download speeds. I don't know what you have to do to make that happen, but also you gave instructions on that Firefox how to get this off if you don't have a laptop. This assumes it's on desktop, which is why it says no battery. Even though it's actually on laptops, but virtual machine assumes there's your volume. See if volume keys work. Yeah. Volume keys seem to work, alright. Keyboard, your date. There's a way you can change your time, power key, and your Ethernet connection. You had a wireless router, wireless adapter thingy. I can't think what to call it now. Wireless thing. It didn't show up there as where you instigate your connect to your wireless router through your adapter. That's what it's called, wireless adapter. Yeah. Yeah. So let's see. Yeah, so you can use this pretty much out of the box if you want. And the only difference between my I've found so far, the only difference between this is it does do the stacking thing. So yeah, dynamic tiling here, you have to hit, I think it's V, and then you can start doing vertical. Usually I have no more than about 2 or maybe 3 at the most tile window managers. Then I move another workspace and add more if I want more. But it's real handy because sometimes, like on this, like I have Awesome on my main desktop here, and I can move independently in my 2 screens. I can move them so I can adjust one screen while I leave my OBS down here if I wanted to, which I do. So I can move this one up here to different screens and stuff and still keep my OBS open on the bottom screen. It works perfectly for what I want to do for this. So, yeah. But anyway, that's i3. I think it's pretty usable. It's got a low memory, so if you have a older machine or something like that, i3 would be perfect for it, wouldn't it? And Endeavor's i3 is pretty low. It's one of the lower ones I've seen. 200 and some megs of data being used out of 4 gigabytes. Pretty good. Better than the XFC desktop and all those other things all put together. And if you have probably aren't streaming at the same time you're downloading stuff, I imagine that goes a lot faster too. So anyway, really like it. I like how it even though it's terminal-centric, it installs the scripts as you go. So it has a lot of scripts for you to accomplish a lot of things without having to know a lot about how to program, how to use a terminal even. Well, it might get you used to it, seeing it going, that kind of thing. So yeah, but Pac-Man and Yay are how you install your stuff on there. Use Yay all the time. It's easy to remember. Yay. So yeah, it's like if I wanted to install. Oh yeah, I saw one thing. See if this works. I don't know if it will or not. But anyway, we'll reset up. Big monster on there. Let's see. Yay. You have to use the same concepts like you did there, I think. Yay. We'll install Nemo on here. I like Nemo. Okay. Guess that was it, huh? Let's see. There's Nemo. Yeah, it's pretty simple to install, isn't it? Yeah, so there's Nemo. Anything else you want to install? Already? Yeah, so anyway, that's We were going to try and install Sway on there. Let's see. Capital S, not lowercase s, and Sway. So, yeah. We'll see how this works. Second. It's installed. Oh, window manager installed. Okay, let's go over here. Just we're not gonna go in the configuration policy. It's all like i3 in that regard, but check this out. See what it looks like. Oh, didn't quite work. Probably missing some information. Needs you can't install Sway and needs Sway to work. Yes. So there you go. It's EndeavourOS, and I think that's about all I had. Been going for an hour and 50 minutes, so yeah. Anything anybody else want to talk about? One thing I did want to talk about, I just remembered, was the I don't know how many of you have been following the Linus Tech Tips installed Linux challenge and all that kind of stuff, gaming, where they installed Linux on their gaming computer, personal gaming computers. And the first one, they had a lot of problems, especially Linus. Luke also had a few problems, but he pretty much got through the installation pretty well. And the second one, they had more problems. Third one, the third issue, they did some more standard stuff in Linux to see how they could get by with it. Stuff like copying files, all the various things, those kind of things. Signed a PDF document. My memory fails me at this point, but they did several things there. And interesting thing that Linus said at the end of that video was that about the Linux community, how there's a lot of great guys out there, but there's one or two bad guys that's gonna mess it all up. Well, you know, I think on one hand, what he said is accurate. I think it's true, but you said about any group of people, any community, there's always going to be those one or two people in the community that want to develop. You say things, you go to Windows forums, there's such thing out there. I'm sure there is. People discuss and talk about Windows. You're going to have bad apples there too. So, you know, I think overall we have a good community. There are the bad apples, and they're real DWM type people. I only say that because their website says they you don't have a lot of they're elitists, and they admit they're elitist, and they don't have a lot of stupid new users coming at stupid new questions. I didn't say stupid new users. They don't have a lot of new users coming at stupid questions, which I thought was kind of the opposite way that we try to be with new users, but a lot of what communities are welcoming, like Linux Mint community and Ubuntu's, and some of those are designed for more of that. Yeah, so you're always going to have those bad apples in any community you go to. And there's no way to get rid of them without becoming draconian censors of everybody. So I don't know what his point there was, other than to say, you know, there's no way we're going to weed those people out totally. There's no way we're going to get rid of those people. Matter of fact, to do so would probably destroy the community as a whole. So there you go. That's my thought on that. I think he's right. There are those people out there that do that, but what are you going to do about it? I don't know. What can you do about that kind of thing without becoming big censors of everybody on there, and go the other route and other side of the coin? So there you go. So I thought about that. And I guess that's it for the day. I don't have anything else. Unless y'all have something you want to bring. That was EndeavourOS, so I'll have a few things to say about it, I guess. I like the KDE version better than Cinnamon, but that's only because Cinnamon had the software rendering issue that it always has whenever you install a virtual machine. So it would operate, I'm sure, fine in a very regular machine if I install a full machine. So if it wasn't streaming at the same time too on the same computer. Next computer I get, maybe next week, I'll have the other one set up and ready to roll on that one, hopefully. If all goes according to plan. But that's what I think. So I'll probably see y'all guys next week. Anybody say anything, that they have anything they want to talk about, or anything I missed and they want to see in EndeavourOS? That I forgot to do or show or whatever. So we'll go with that. Till next time, may the Linux Force be with you. Bye.